Hi, you're listening to All That Matters with
Pamela Wistrom
and Adam Wagner. Here we go, high five. High five for ATM. And that is, if you're in the porn business, that is not what you think. We're actually talking about All That Matters. Welcome to our podcast. This is our first ever episode here in January 2016.
Very excited.
Very excited. I'm Adam Wagner.
And I'm Pamela Wistrom.
And we have been friends for what, like going on 2 years now? Three years.
No, I think 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
And we met on the set of, what was it, Divergent?
Divergent.
Yeah, the very first one. And we were both lowly background actors.
Yes.
And I was kind of crushing on you. I was like, wow, this girl's so amazing. And I was intimidated, but I wanted to sit next to you while we were in holding.
I know.
Do you remember that?
I do remember. And you're such a gentleman, though.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
I have my chivalrous moments, I guess.
But no, that was great. That was fun.
Yeah, and we were both Amity characters. So we got to be in the same group.
Yes.
And then we just kind of stayed in touch over the years, right?
We did.
Then you went to be on my dad's TV show.
Yes, On Second Thoughts.
On Second Thought. So my dad does a political TV show, and that's how I got my start in entertainment.
Right.
And how did you get started in the entertainment business?
You know what? Ever since I was a little girl, I was an only child, just to let you know. I grew up in Denver, Colorado, and...
You're totally opposite of me. I'm the oldest of 7.
Oh, my goodness. I had no siblings.
Oh, wow.
None.
Lucky. I always kind of wanted that. But then I might be lonely, right?
See, and I wanted siblings. So yeah, that's interesting.
So then you grew up in Colorado.
Correct. And so when I was a little girl, my mom would bring friends over and I always wanted attention, and so I dance and sing, and that just became my love.
That's
my
great.
True love.
I would role play with my little brother. We'd have pretend swords and shields. Like we made shields out of wood, and then we made we used plastic pipes, and we put a protective sheath around it, like a little rubber, like a foam padding.
Right.
And we'd hit each other and stuff, and we'd wrestle on the couch. And
oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's like in everyone's nature, to
yes.
kind of act a lot. And this is not a show particularly about acting, even though we both come from that background. We're going to be talking about money, relationships, fitness. Finances, or as we were thinking, everything from A to Z, but that's kind of a cliche.
Right.
So we wanted to call it All That Matters.
All That Matters, or on ATM the planet.
For short.
Yes.
In the universe.
Correct.
In the known ether. Right? With everything that matters. We can talk about spirituality too, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Because didn't you grow up, what kind of background did you have growing up?
You know what? Honestly, I never went to church, but as a little girl, I always prayed to God, and He was always with me.
I'm a little different. I got taken to church by my parents, went to Catholic high school, which was miserable, actually. I was never molested or anything like that, but I didn't really enjoy it. You had to wear a uniform. So I learned all about God and the Bible, all that stuff. And we studied other religions, too. So I learned about other religions, but from the perspective of we are right and they are not quite right.
Okay.
Was the perspective. But now I've become much more open-minded. And the part of the reason why we started this program, like we were talking about earlier, I have a friend who's a palm reader, a palmist. And 10 years ago, I was an English teacher in South Korea. It was my first job out of college. And my buddy, James, I was hanging out with him. He's my only friend from America over there. And we taught at the same school. And we went out one night. We're riding this taxi cab. And he's like, oh, my friend, my other friend here is a palm reader. You got to let him read your palm. I'm like, oh, I don't ever want to do that. It's kind of weird. I'm like, oh, yeah, what the heck? And he's like, oh, my friend's just learning. Let him read your palm. So I let the guy read my hand. I didn't like what he had to say. It kind of irritated me.
What was it?
Oh gosh, I'm embarrassed to say it now, but he's like, "You have a small penis."
No.
He didn't say that.
Gosh.
No, he said, well, it looks like looking at your lines, you're never going to make a lot of money, but you're basically going to be happy all your life.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, well, why, inside I'm like, why can't I be happy and make a lot of money?
Right.
And so fast forward 10 years later, there's 2 palm readers in the story. I meet another palm reader in Venice Beach. I was on an OkCupid date that ended early, and the girl went back to doing whatever she was doing, and she wasn't that interested.
So it was just an okay date?
It was not even just okay. It was okay. Nothing came out of it, and I never saw that girl again.
Wow.
But I'm in Venice Beach at 7 p.m.
Okay.
And I live near here in mid-city downtown area, and I didn't want to drive all the way back down the 10 freeway and rush out 7 p.m. traffic. So I'm just hanging out in Venice Beach by myself, and I see this palm reader, And he's in front of this really nice guy named Vernon. He's sitting in front of this like an Indian or Thai restaurant or something. And they're like a belly dancer inside, and there's this music coming out of it, and it's very exotic feel. Like you kind of get this weird mystical vibe about this restaurant. And he's sitting in front with the sign saying palm readings $30. I'm like, all of a sudden I remember this experience I had, and I'm like, hey man. And he goes, what's up? I said, I had a really bad experience with the palm reader 10 years ago. Could I vent on you? I'm going to be rude, but can I talk to you a little bit about it? And he's like, oh, sure, just sit down. I'm like, oh, I don't have $30 right now. He's like, don't worry, dude. I'll just read your hand for free.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so I'm sitting down with this guy, Vernon, and I'm like, you know what? In my mind, if this guy gets anything right about me, I'm going to tip him all the cash I have in my wallet. And I had a couple bucks on me. So, sure enough, within 30 seconds of talking to this guy, he starts guessing stuff accurately about me.
Are you serious?
Absolutely serious. He knew what I was listening to in my CD player in my car.
No.
Yes, but not. He would kind of like a guess about it because I was listening to How to Win Friends and Influence People on audio.
Oh, that's great.
So he said the name Dale Carnegie comes to my mind, and I'm like, that's amazing. I'm listening to How to Win Friends and Influence People in my car. Anyhow, so he's like, you need to work on becoming a vegetarian. And then he had told me some other stuff that night. And then I talked to him again a year later. I went and actually paid him to take a look and talk. And he's like, okay, communication is going to be a big door opener for you. You need to be in writing and public speaking. I'm like, well, that's amazing you said that. My friend Pamela wants to do a podcast. And he's like, you need to do that podcast with her.
That is amazing.
So I just kind of feel like in the mystical sense or whatever, like it's just kind of meant to be. Like, yes. So this is a good start.
This is a great start.
And we have amazing conversations when we talk, too.
We do.
And if only people could see how good-looking we are. So
I know.
We'll get our pictures on we'll have our pictures on our blog eventually. But this is nice because we can wake up with our bed head.
And not even worry about getting ready.
Not even worry about it.
Wake up in our jammies.
Get up, go! Yes. So, yeah, what should we talk about in this new year?
Well, I know there's a lot of planet issues going on, negative, positive. But there is one thing I did want to talk about because I'm kind of baffled by it. And I'm the type of person that if you want to get surgery, you want to, do something to better yourself or you're gay or whatever it is, I'm for people. I'm a person of love. So I believe you should do what you love.
Caitlyn Jenner?
Yes. Is it Caitlyn or Bruce Jenner?
It was Bruce Jenner, the Olympian.
Right.
And now it's Caitlyn Jenner, the transgendered person.
Okay, so what I'm confused about is how can you have a penis and a vagina? I
don't think you have them both at the same time. That's a very rare condition.
But I think that's what he's doing, though.
I think a baby can be born that way.
Oh.
I don't think he's getting both, though, because if he was a gay man, he would just let people do him in the butt if that was what he wanted. But I think he's on track to do is he's got the boobs now. And then he's going to lose the genitalia, and they basically cut it off. I know how this goes because I actually had a friend who is transgendered.
Oh,
and
okay.
I was curious. Okay, so I'm going to admit this on air, but I basically felt around inside there. So I was really drunk at the time.
Wait, you felt where?
Inside his or her empty cavernous space down there, his mangina.
Like at the doctor's?
No, at the person's house. I was really drunk.
Oh, and you guys had sexual relations.
We're not going there.
Okay. But you felt his.
Okay, so I thought this was a woman the whole time. This is someone I met on a movie set actually.
Gosh.
And me and this other actor were like, oh wow, she's kind of cute, and she totally fooled us. Like I thought this person had been a woman from birth, and so he and I are competing to get her phone number. And then I end up talking to her afterwards, and we hang out later. I'm really drunk, and I felt around down there, and it felt like a vagina, but it wasn't a vagina. It was whatever they give a man who's converted to a woman, which is basically, this is going to probably gross out half of our audience, but they take the skin of the testicles, and they put that on the inside, and that makes the hole, whatever, that makes the inside of your vagina.
So they take away the penis?
Oh, it's gone. I think it goes in the trash. They donate to science. It's gone.
It's completely gone.
I don't think you ever get it back. Yeah, it's done. So your penis is gone.
Oh no!
You just have a pee hole. Yeah.
Interesting.
So, I think you just wanted. Okay. I think you just wanted to pull the skeleton out of my closet for some odd reason.
Well, no. I mean, that's interesting that you did that, and I'm sorry it didn't work out, or I'm sorry he was not a Or she was a he.
I was so drunk, I didn't realize it until the next morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Because she was telling me, I used to be a man. I'm like, what? And she goes, I mean, in my past life. I'm like, oh, okay, you're just a little batshit crazy. You're not.
Right.
But then the next morning it dawned on me, oh, wow, that really was a transgendered person.
See, and I understand when you're drinking, you're a little off kilter. Because I get drunk watching people drink. You know what I mean? So I understand. I get drunk off like one glass of wine.
I'm not judging either. There's this funny question on OkCupid. Could you have respect for someone after a one-night stand with them? And the only choices are yes or no. And I think if people say no, they're really being hypocritical because you were part of that one-night stand. So you're not respecting them. How could you also respect yourself?
Correct, if both parties are involved.
Right. So if you had that one-night stand, you were part of it too. So I'm just like, well, I'm not judging. I have respect for the person. That was their life choice. I mean, there was a time I thought about having a vasectomy. I wasn't sure if I ever wanted to have kids, right? So how different would that be from, I don't know. It's just like one step down the ladder.
Right. So, and that goes to respecting, everyone on the planet. I believe you should do what you love and be happy, pursue your goals and dreams and whatnot. But this Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner, I was under the impression that he wanted to keep his penis and have a vagina at the same time.
I think I need to research this a little bit more then, because I sound like I'm totally uneducated on it. Okay,
well, that was my understanding. I'm just curious, like, what kind of underwear would you wear? Do you know what I mean?
I have no idea. That blows my mind. I know what.
So I'm just trying to figure that out.
Would you need a tampon? Well, the guys never. They can't give him a uterus and fallopian tubes. Like he's not going to ever bleed.
So he won't have a period?
Won't have a period? Absolutely not. No, that would be impossible, I'm sure.
Okay.
I mean, we think it's impossible now, but I don't think they can do all that.
Right. Yeah. So I just wanted to try to figure that out.
It's kind of fascinating. I'm not judging anybody if they want to do that, but I just appreciate the differences between a man and a woman. And how different we are.
I do too.
And I'd much rather be with a woman than anyone else.
And with a man, exactly.
Well, I'm a man.
You're a man?
And you're a woman.
I know.
Oh! Okay. So you say, oh my goodness, a lot.
I do.
That could be your trademark thing for this show.
Oh my goodness. Really?
Yeah, like my housemate Josh and I, we have a friend named Erwin, who's a short little El Salvadorian guy. We call him the Mexican, though. Oh. Because we want to have a Mexican friend. But he's from El Salvador. And whenever we ask him, how are you doing? He always says, good, and you? And so I made him a meme,
cute.
and I put this meme of him on Facebook for his birthday. And it's like a picture of him smiling, and it just says, quotes, good, and you. And only we get it,
So precious.
But it's like what they teach you. Like if you're taking French or Spanish and you're a beginning student, like how are you doing?
How are you?
Good, and you? It's like bien y tú? It's like bien y tú. It's like always the answer, right? So
exactly. Anyhow. You're so sweet. So you treat everyone on the planet with respect, don't you?
Except homeless people that get in my way while I'm driving, asking for change. I freaked out last night. I'm just kidding. I try to treat homeless people with respect too. I gave some kid like $10 so he could get a hotel room. He's on some weird government benefit program. I just wanted to get a break because you and I were Uber drivers, right? Or Lyft or Rideshare, whatever.
Yes, we are.
So we drive for these Rideshare companies. I needed to take a break and I wanted to get some food. Mm-hmm. And my weakness, I'm so embarrassed to say this, I go to McDonald's. You
go to McDonald's you look like you're in great shape. No.
Touch this stomach.
You're in great shape.
I used to have a six-pack, but
wow.
I know I try to be. So I go to McDonald's very sparingly, and I usually have the chicken and fries, and I don't have soda.
You don't drink soda?
I drink the sweet tea. I drink the unsweetened tea, so I can avoid the calories of the sugar in the soda.
Right.
But I'm at this McDonald's downtown, like creepy land of like all that is dangerous, and this guy walks right up to me, and I felt so bad. This black guy, and he's like, "Hi, my name's King." I'm like, "Oh, that's an interesting name." I'm like, and I know what's gonna happen. I'm like, "Dude, I just want to enjoy my dinner." And my go-to thing when a homeless person approaches me, I'm like, "Hey, bro, do you have any bills to pay? Do you have any loans to pay? Do you have any student loans?" And they're like, "No, I don't have any."
You ask them that?
Yeah. I'm like, you know what? Then you're $30,000 richer than I am. Because I have $30,000 of student loans, and they're kicking in right now. This last month of December, 4% interest. So it's like $80 of interest every month.
That's a lot.
Even if I miss a payment, it's $80 in the hole.
Right.
And I mean, it seems like a lot. You look at people like Donald Trump, he was billions of dollars in debt at one point and he got out of it. So I'm like, I could do this.
You can do it.
But it's kind of my smug way of telling the homeless person, like, hey, I'm not giving you any money because you're doing better off. Maybe you don't have a home. So in a way, it's kind of weird. Maybe I'm being rude. But I felt bad for the guy, and I let him sit down. Someone else bought him a whole dinner. And then he's sitting down across from me. I'm like, you know what? I can give you some cash.
So you gave him some cash.
Yeah. I lied to him at first. I'm like, I got to go to my car to get the cash. And I had money in my wallet. Then I went to the bathroom. I'm like, fuck, dude. I feel bad. I'll just give him the money.
I know. It is. Because we're both the same. I get very emotional and I care about people. But you know what? I saw this one lady out. It was in Burbank. Holding up a sign, homeless, need to feed my family and 4 kids. And she had fake nails.
She had acrylic
she had acrylic nails. I don't even have them. Look, I don't even have fake nails. And so I was looking very closely, and then I looked at her teeth. Her teeth were perfect and white. And so I was looking at the hygienic.
Oh, absolutely. That sounds like she's maybe, because I did this. She could be faking it. So I was born here in LA, but I didn't grow up here. And then I moved back here in 2008 after producing the Adam Bomb Show, which is a TV show on Santa Maria Community Television. It's where my dad does his show. Right. Or you've been there. And I come down here and I get caught up in the world of acting, background work mostly, and going on some auditions. But one day I had nothing to do, and I'm like, I want to know how much money homeless people make. And so I put on an act, and it was so weird. I was trying to find places where I could stop and hold up my sign. So I went to Burbank, and someone from the Oakwood recognized me. Wow. And they drove by like, and I could see the mouth like, Adam, you're homeless now? Like, what happened to you, dude? And I'm like, don't worry, I'm just acting. I'm just trying to see how much money I can make. And so that corner wasn't working because the traffic couldn't really stop. Yeah. So then I drove up north a bit more, and I found this perfect freeway exit where cars would stop and they'd have a minute. And I had a joke on a cardboard sign. Because at that time, I was part of a reality show about aspiring actors. So my joke on the sign was like, I'm not famous yet, but I booked a reality show, blah, blah, blah. And it was funny the way it was written. And people would laugh. And then they would roll in their window and give me some money.
And give you money.
Yeah, or someone gave me a hamburger, someone gave me a Dr. Pepper.
Did you eat the hamburger?
I think I ate the food, yeah. And I was averaging, guess how much money I was averaging per hour?
I have no idea.
Just take a wild guess.
20 an hour?
Not that much.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure some people do that.
I don't know. 10?
I was averaging like $10, $11 an hour. Tax-free. And my voice was going hoarse because I was kind of like yelling my joke to the people. Right. But apparently I was doing it legally because I was on the sidewalk.
We're on the sidewalk. It's not illegal, correct?
Not illegal to ask for change as long as you're not harassing people or following around. But you can't be walking out into the street. And this is where it comes full circle. So I have respect for everyone. But when these homeless people start breaking the law and they're just like wandering into the middle of the road and they're giving their handouts. Exactly. That's where they're starting to block the flow of traffic. They're causing a traffic jam. They could cause an accident. Right. Because this happened to me just a few nights ago. I had this Lyft line customer. I was driving them. It was a 30-minute ride. And I picked up a second passenger, and she was being kind of snooty. And she's like, no, don't take La Cienega. Take Orlando. Oh, I've had That's how I want to go. And I'm like, all right. Oh. But we do all these stops going down Orlando, going from, like, Sunset down towards Beverly Hills. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, this is adding, like, 5-10 minutes to the ride because we have to do all these stops. But I'm like, whatever. I'm getting paid.
Yes, as long as the other customer is happy, right?
The other customer wasn't in a hurry. So I was a little annoyed that I'm taking this inefficient route for the second passenger. Drop off the second passenger first. Then the first passenger, who's being really patient, we finally get her down to LA Live where she wanted to watch a movie. And I take this right turn, but a homeless person steps right in front of me. And I'm going to slam on the brakes. And then I'm afraid the traffic behind me is going to rear end me. And I roll down my window, and I'm like, no, sir, you cannot just step in front of me. And he goes, are you a police officer? Yeah. And I'm like, you know what? Just kill yourself.
It's ridiculous.
And that's like one of the meanest things you can tell someone. And just tell him to kill himself.
You said that, Adam?
At the top of my lungs.
Gosh,
and it's just...
I'm not sure if I like you anymore.
It just bellowed out of me, though. I
thought you were a good person.
I try to be. You had to see his jerky response, though. If you could see the way he, like, defiantly just stood in front of me, like, are you a cop? Like, run me over. Like, kind of like a jerk thing. Like, if you really needed to get somewhere. Right. And someone's deliberately blocking
that would piss me off.
Deliberately blocking
that would make me upset. Yeah. I agree, but I don't know if I'd say that.
So he's in the middle of the street, and I can't go around him. I only have one lane that I'm in, and there's traffic all around. So anyhow... I was like, oh my God, my customer's going to give me a 1-star rating.
Oh, you said that in front of the customer.
The customer was in my back seat. I'm yelling out the window at the homeless person. And I'm like,
oh gosh.
I'm like, oh my God, my customer is going to give me 1 star. And
did your rating go down?
I didn't check it yet, but I'm just like, ma'am, I am so sorry you had to hear that. She's like, oh, don't worry about it. But in my mind, I'm like, holy crap, I ruined a great ride. And it was in the last 2 blocks. I just had to get her 2 more blocks down to LA Live from the 110 freeway exit.
Right.
So that was mortifying. But, I still respect homeless people, but anyone who's like kind of stepping on your toes,
yes,
like breaking the law and stuff, that's just...
Right. So would you say that's a good part-time job to do if you're an actor? Because it's flexible. You can just walk on the street, hold a sign, and then stop working whenever you want.
Oh, I thought you were talking about being an Uber driver.
Oh, no.
It's like, honestly, begging for change, you probably make better money in LA right now, depending on what location you're at.
Tax-free.
Tax-free. You make better money. I mean, I think it's a less ethical way of making your money.
It is.
You're not really adding any value to the economy.
You're right.
You're only taking.
That's true.
And then the only way you do that is when you go spend your money. So if someone gives you $100, you made $100 for the day.
Right. What I'm saying is, right, I agree with you. So what I'm saying, though, is you could, like, go stay on the street for, like, a couple hours and then go Lyft drive and have a good day.
I guess you could,
right?
But I would be embarrassed if someone said, that's my Lyft driver, and I was begging for change. And then I see a Lyft driving. I don't know. LA is so damn big. LA's so damn big, you almost never see the same people twice.
Oh.
But it's like...
That's true.
It's like, on my average now, I think the golden days of rideshare are over in Los Angeles.
You think so?
We used to make like $2 a mile. And the taxi cabs are like, what are they, like $2.50? The cheapest taxi in LA, $2.50 a mile, $1 a minute.
Right.
Uber and Lyft, $1 a mile, 20 cents a minute.
That's ridiculous.
So we're more than twice as cheap than a taxi.
Yes, I agree. Now, let me ask you this. When you do your Lyft Uber rides, because you're attractive.
Thank you.
Do you dress up or do you, like, look hot for these women?
Oh,
Or what do you do?
My secret is I use a full can of Axe body spray. No, I'm just kidding. Today's show brought to you by Axe body spray. No.
Oh gosh.
No, I try to look nice. Sometimes
okay.
I'll wear my Lyft t-shirt, the pink one.
You have a Lyft t-shirt?
I have a nice pink Lyft. I have a couple of them.
I don't have a Lyft t-shirt.
You have to earn it, girl. Girl.
I'm like a 5-star.
2 clicks in the Z formation, girl. No, you have to go out and...
I'm 5-star.
You are 5-star rated?
Yes.
Because you're boobs. It's because
No, I cannot drive with my boobs hanging out. No.
No, you wouldn't do that?
No, because when I do, everyone tries to pick me up. Men, women.
Oh.
It's just the animals. And everyone tries to pick me up.
Have you ever been groped by a passenger?
No, but people just try to pick me up. Oh, what are you doing later
stare
on?
at your boobs.
And they stare at my boobs. And they're just like...
I'm kind of staring right now.
And I had one guy go, are those... Real?
Yeah.
And my boobs are like 100% homegrown.
I believe you.
And I'm not against store-bought boobs.
Oh, I am.
Oh, you are against store-bought boobs?
I mean, it's okay if you want to do that to your body, but I've dated women. I've dated at least 2 women now that have had store-bought boobs.
So what do they feel like? I mean, I don't know if they feel like.
You can, if you really feel around them. Like, can I touch your boobs for a second? Not right now. Never mind.
I don't know.
I'm just telling. I'm sorry. That was over the line. No, so yours would feel natural, right?
They're natural.
Like,
they move.
Mushy and they move. But the silicone, you can feel this lumpy thing in there next to the real tissue. And the lumpy thing just feels weird. It's almost like you ever had like a teddy bear that like it talks to you, like you push a button, it talks to you. So you feel the teddy bear and you feel the soft cottony part, but then there's this lumpy part in the back where the little box is, the machine part.
Oh.
That's what it feels like. You're touching a soft and
so
there's
can
this
it
lumpy.
pop? Can the boob pop?
I think silicone can break eventually. I'm so sorry I just asked to touch your boobs on our first episode.
I know you can't.
This cannot. Does not bode well.
That's not okay.
No.
Because you have like manners and respect.
I usually have manners.
So let me ask. Okay, so
there's a guy on YouTube though. He squeezes 1,000 girls' boobs in public. He just goes up to these girls like, "Hi, can I squeeze your boobs for my YouTube video?" And they say yes.
Oh, really?
And they just let him squeeze. You see him just boom, 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 squeezing
boobs.
Just squeezing breast after breast, and you do 1,000 boobs in a row. It's like an hour of watching this guy just squeeze boobs.
That's funny.
And I think it was Europe though that happened.
Okay,
but so back to our Lyft driving.
So I just try to keep. I kind of dress gangster, beanies.
And do you think that really interesting?
Yeah, I just I don't really have time to be right now. I have goals. I'm focused.
And I think your customers give you a pass. If I go out with a gangster, if I wear, let's say, a t-shirt or a wife beater shirt and a beanie,
Right.
People are going to be like, why is this white boy dressing like a thug?
Yo!
Right.
And they're gonna
so
be like,
I get a pass,
You get a pass, though, because you're a cute girl. So I think they're not going to care as much.
Right.
But it really depends. Like,
I mean, I have guys ask me out, oh, hey, come on in. I'll buy you a drink. I'll do this. And I just don't, I don't want to do that. I just want to work. And
so it's the winter break. So I wear these gloves. I wear fingerless gloves. So my fingers can touch the screen of my smartphone.
Okay.
I wear a beanie sometimes. Or like a stylish winter hat if it's really cold. Or I wear my driver hat, which is like, a little, like a newsboy cap. And then I wear usually a sweater and a scarf.
Right.
And my jeans and of course shoes. Summertime I'm wearing board shorts, t-shirt, and flip flops.
Oh yeah. Oh, in the summer, yeah, summer's different.
90 degrees out here.
It's so hot. I know. I did have my first lift scare though.
What happened?
It was so scary. Well, first of all, I did not have my morning coffee. That was the first mistake. It was 8:00. I got a call to the Barham Drive area.
Oh, nice.
And I picked up a lady. And normally, they put in their destination where they're going.
Yeah.
I was like, good morning, how you doing? I always greet my customers, there's mints and water, whatever. So where are we headed to today? And she was like, Topeka, Kansas.
No.
No, Adam, I freaked out. I started thinking suitcases. I started thinking, fuck, I'm gonna be on the road for like 2 weeks. You know what I mean?
You just dropped an F-bomb.
I know, my
That's
apologies.
Fine. No, we're keep it.
I'm like, I mean, my mind was thinking, Topeka, Kansas. Well, that's a good check, but I'm gonna have to be gone for like a week.
Are you sure she didn't just say Topanga Canyon?
Topeka, Kansas.
Because it sounds like it could have been Topanga Canyon.
No, it was, and I go, we're driving to Topeka, Kansas. This was warning me.
That's like a $5,000 fare.
I know. That would have been would have been great.
You just drive 2 days out and 2 days back.
I know.
You're done for a month.
Yeah, and she's like, no, I just have to go to the bus station or to the airport. Yeah, so I'm like, oh my goodness.
That's hilarious, though.
But it scared me. My heart was beating. I started just, I didn't have my coffee.
That's amazing.
So that was my first lift scare. Kind of. Well, it's kind of a scare.
Sometimes you really do have to use your judgment, like when you get a request.
Right.
So New Year's Eve, did you drive on New Year's Eve?
I didn't. Oh, I drove New Year's Day.
I got to tell you about my New Year's Eve, and then you're going to tell me about your New Year's Day. I got offered, okay, so I'm a crazy referral nut. I love to hand out my little pink Lyft business card with my code on it.
You do.
And I got offered from Lyft Corporate. They said, hey, do you want to go to the El Rey Theater on Wilshire and do a little event? And you're going to be handing out a Lyft corporate code to all the audience, or people that are going there for the show. And I said, sure, I'd love to. And it was inside, so I didn't freeze my ass off. And guess who was playing there that night?
I don't know.
Dave Navarro, Mark McGrath, Juliette Lewis was there. And it's this group called the Royal Machines. And it's like an amalgamation band of like other great musicians. So a lot of greats, like Mark McGrath, Sugar Ray. Remember Sugar Ray?
Yeah.
That's Mark McGrath.
Okay.
And then Dave Navarro, famous guitarist.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then Fred Durst was there. And so, I'm so sorry if you're in that band. I don't remember all the other band members' names. But I took my picture with them. We got to hang out while they were setting up. We were making $40 an hour, Lyft corporate.
$40
an hour to be a Lyft ambassador. But if you were driving Uber that night, you could have got some $200 fares.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so I did the Lyft event, and I handed out promo cards, and we handed out these little glowing Lyft bracelets, which you can have one. Aren't these so cool? Mm-hmm. And they blink. They have lights that come on.
I want that bracelet.
Isn't that cool? So the lights come on, the Lyft bracelet. And,
I love it.
Yeah, okay, that one's yours.
Really? I can have it?
You can have it. And then I went out to drive Lyft that night after the event was over. And what happened was someone spilled a drink in my back seat. My first 2 fares were minimum fares, and then I had a $60 fare. But they had a satchel with a bunch of glass bottles banging around. One of them broke, and it spilled all over my back seat.
What was it in the bottle?
It was
water?
some sort of like an apple margarita mix or something.
It was liquor.
It was a weird liquor, and it was sticky, and it smelled like apples or something. And I reached back there, and it was like, oh God, like it was almost like. You ever watch Jurassic Park and you see the dinosaur slime coming out of their mouth? I touched it and it looked like that. I'm like, what is this on my back?
Are you sure they weren't doing anything?
And it was like Slimer. Slimer was on my back seat. And I was like...
were they doing anything?
They walked up to their door and they could see me feeling around. They're like, did we forget something? I'm like, you guys, this isn't water that was spilled here. I don't know what this is. I'm like, oh, we're so sorry. We'll get you a towel and we'll help you soak it up. I'm like, sure. But it went through my seat cover onto my upholstery.
Oh.
Now it's only like 1 a.m. on New Year's Eve. I wanted to work till 4 a.m. to earn the bonuses, right?
Oh,
and I'm like, how is anyone else going to sit on this seat now? And we had the towel, and nobody cared. Everybody was like, I'm just drunk. I want to go home. I don't care if there's a wet towel on your seat.
Are you serious?
Nobody cared. But the rough part was, it wasn't like a gangbuster night for me. It was kind of hit and miss.
So how did you do? Because you told me I could make a lot of money that night.
I met some Uber drivers. The secret was to catch the Uber surge, because Uber doesn't put a limit on their surge, and their surge was going up to like 8 times, 9 times.
Now that just ain't right.
People were getting $150, $200 fares, and I stayed with Lyft. Lyft puts a cap on their surge. So Lyft only surges up to 4 times, or they do it in percentages. So it was 200%. And I got a 200% ride. It was that same ride with the drinks, the spilled drink.
So what does a 200% ride
I made
look like?
$60 to take them from Koreatown to like Mar Vista. It would have normally been a $15 ride.
Okay.
So it was 4 times 15, which is $60.
4 times.
Plus their cleaning fee. But so it's a mixed blessing. When someone spills a drink or someone pukes just a little bit, if they puke all over your car, that's terrible. Like if it gets behind your seats and behind your window.
That's going to smell for...
Yeah, but if it's just a little bit like on your floor, that's great. You go get your car detailed, and then the company reimburses you for the detail. They charge the customer. So my car smells fresh and new again.
So you get your entire car detailed?
Your entire car gets detailed.
I hope that happens to me.
Well, we should see if we can get someone like Red Carpet as our sponsor, and they'll give us a free detail.
Oh, really?
Maybe.
That would be great.
Yeah. So I just got to make some phone calls.
Right.
Yeah. But anyhow... another driver was telling me this Red Carpet, they have a couple locations around LA. They will detail your car, he said, 3 times a day. Inside and out, you get a quick detail. So your car's like brand new. Someone spills a drink.
I would love that.
My
car needs that right now.
$40 a month. They have an unlimited plan for $40 a month. You just go get your car detailed like every day or something.
Now, wait, who is this with?
They're called Red Carpet.
Okay.
And they're here in LA.
Let's do that.
Yeah. So I gotta do some legwork here, and I gotta call some people.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah. We should.
But you know what I wanted to... I was really saddened, though, what happened on New Year's Eve with that Lyft driver.
Oh, Thor got killed.
That broke my heart.
So the guy, Carlos, who was he was the head guy that was running our promotional event that night at the El Rey. He was also heading up a memorial service. And so if you look at my cover photo on Facebook right now, it's all the candles and the Lyft mustaches for his memorial. But I didn't make it to the memorial. But yeah, that's terrible.
Did you know him?
That's our second Lyft driver that's been killed since the launch of the business. Someone was killed driving on the freeway. It wasn't his fault. And this one wasn't his fault either. I never met him, no.
That is so sad.
But he apparently had a fun life. He was only 21. He got to be on Price is Right. He was probably an aspiring actor like we are.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, life is short, isn't it?
That's what freaks me out. That's why I'm going after stuff. Like if I see something amazing opportunity presents itself, I jump on it now. Like I don't
because tomorrow's not guaranteed.
You don't know. Like, okay, this is kind of a weird segue. I've had girls that had crushes on me once. Okay, this one girl, she was a friend of my sister's when I grew up. I won't say her name. It starts with a C though. She was really cute. She was really adorable. Wasn't totally my type, but we liked each other. And one day, I didn't realize she had a crush on me since we were kids. She's sitting on my bed, and she's like, "Oh, your bed is so soft. It's like a cloud. Can I lay down?" I'm like, "Sure." And we're sitting there talking, and she's like, "Adam, will you have sex with me?" And I'm like, "Oh my gosh."
Oh.
And in my mind, I'm thinking, my body's saying yes, but my mind's saying no for some weird reason.
How old were you?
Because it was all of a sudden. I was 28, I think, and she was 21.
Okay.
And I just blurted out no. But I wanted to say yes. It was so weird. But if I go back in time, I'm like, I should have just said yes.
You know? Had sex with her?
Yeah, because like, how often does a girl just say, I love your bed, I like you, let's just do it. And we'd had a couple like hangouts. Like we didn't call them dates, but we were friends. We had hung out a couple times, and she liked me. And she's a singer too. She's got an amazing voice.
Okay.
And now I'm like, I kind of, I regret that's just a one case, like not jumping on that opportunity. Another time, example here. You know who Mick Fleetwood is, right? From Fleetwood Mac?
Yes,
plays
I
drums.
do.
Mick Fleetwood had an appointment with me, and I missed him by 15 minutes because I was up in Santa Maria working at the TV studio, volunteering. I was producing my own content, and I stayed up all night working on this TV show, and we were going to call it "Show Me Something I Haven't Seen Before." That was the name of the show, and it was like an X Factor show, but it was public access, very low budget. And we had this black guy named Bo. He came and he did naked Shakespeare, and we like blacked out his crotch area, and it looked really fun. It looked really authentic. And like, we like booed him out of there, and and then we had other people come and play music and stuff, and we tried to make it interesting. And we had these like monkey wrenches where we like throw stuffed animals at the person while they're doing their thing, like instead of tomatoes, or like put confetti all over them or something in the middle of their act, and try to like throw monkey wrenches. So it was called "Show Me Something I Haven't Seen Before," and it didn't go anywhere. It didn't get picked up or anything. But I was up all night producing this episode of the show. And then I get a call from one of my dad's Facebook friends, this girl named Kimmy. And Kimmy is an in-law to Stevie Nicks. And she's like, hey, Adam, Mick Fleetwood heard your music. Because I hit the #1 spot on ReverbNation.com for a little while.
Oh, congratulations.
For my area. And she's like, hey, Mick Fleetwood heard your music. He likes it. He's impressed that you write a lot of different styles. Because I don't really have like one style. Like I could do rap, I could do country, or I could do whatever.
Okay.
Which is like my 2 least favorite musical genres. I'm more like hard rock, alternative rock. And Mick Fleetwood wants to meet me, and I'm like, it's 7 a.m. I'm about to go to bed because I was up all night. She's like,
you're tired, yeah.
She's like, can you drive to LA and meet him between 2 and 4 o'clock? I'm like, that gives me like 5 hours to nap. If I wake up at noon, then I drive down to LA, I'll meet him right around 4 o'clock during this 2 o'clock window. I should have been there at 1:45 because the window was from 2 to 4 p.m. at the Starbucks at the Grand Kyoto Hotel downtown.
Oh, Adam.
Driving from Santa Maria to LA, you should be able to make that 3.5 hours, even with some traffic. There was a fire on the 101 freeway that day, or actually on the San Marcos Pass. I took the 154 to try to shortcut the 101. There was a fire. So that slowed things down. Then I was running out of gas by the time I got to LA. I had to fill up gas. I missed Mick Fleetwood by 15 minutes.
Oh, Adam.
So there's another missed opportunity. So it's like...
I know.
And it's like, if I could have done it over again, I would have drank 3 or 4 Red Bulls or Monsters or whatever, Rockstar, whichever one of you guys wants to sponsor our show. I don't know.
Something with energy.
Do you have a preference? I like Rockstar. I don't know.
I do. I do like Rockstar. Red Bull's good too. Anything that gives me energy, I'm good with.
And there's a new one called Neon that like a lot
I've
of my
never
friends
tried that.
They're promoting this one called Neon, like network marketing style. But anyhow,
I can only do like half a can though.
Yeah, I'm really limit myself now. I'm trying to go more holistic, like water,
healthy. And when I said anything that gives me energy, I meant natural energy.
Yeah, natural energy.
Right. But I'm sorry that happened to you, and that's why life is so short.
Yeah.
You have to
you got to jump on these opportunities.
Jump on the opportunities, do what you love, and treat people with respect, and that's all that matters.
Did you see the movie Yes Man with Jim Carrey?
No.
Okay, so the premise of the movie is this guy, he's not allowed to say no to anything for like a month or something like that. So if a pretty girl says, will you make out with me? He has to say yes. Or if a guy says, I'm going to fight you, I'm like at a bar, he has to say yes.
Okay.
So a really interesting scenario. But I'm starting to look at life that way. Like someone says, hey, do you want to go hike in the mountains? Like with our friends. I'm just going to say yes, even if my legs are tired and crampy from driving.
Just say yes.
I'm just going to go for it,
Right.
Because it's like life is way too short.
It is very short. And we just have to make the most of every day.
And now I want to talk more about you, like extracurricular stuff. Because I like writing. I like playing music. Now, what do you do when you're not working and taking care of your son? You have a 5-year-old son. 10-year-old son.
Oh, no. Nevin is now 13.
My bad.
Nevin is, he's now officially a teenager.
Congratulations.
Thank you. He's awesome. We're like peanut butter and jelly.
Aww.
He is just amazing. Straight A student.
That's awesome.
Yes.
He strikes me as a guy that's going to grow up really well put together.
Yeah, and his whole disposition is just... Oh, he's just amazing. He has tons of girls that like him, but he's like, no, I'm focused on my education.
Are you kidding me?
And the thing is, he does look like somebody.
He's got like Justin Bieber good looks.
He looks identical to him.
Is that who it was? It's Justin Bieber?
He looks like him.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Does he have the hair swoop thing?
The hair thing, the
Yeah.
hat. I mean, he looks exactly like him.
Yeah, I can see why girls would like him.
And it's just all these girls are after him, all ethnicities.
Oh my gosh.
And he's a pure gentleman. And so I'm going to have to be careful with that. You know what I mean? So we spend time together. We like to hike.
Yeah.
We go hiking in the Burbank Hills.
Cool.
Yeah, we go to the track. We walk. We take walks.
That's great.
He loves to dance. He's in choir and dance.
That's
so
awesome.
We love to both dance.
Now, didn't you and him? You worked on a movie together last year.
Yeah, Nevin is an actor. When he was 5, he's like, "Mommy, I want to act." He's a little kid. I'm like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Yeah." He loves acting.
What was that movie called?
We worked on a couple
One about
films.
witches or something?
The Witch Chronicles.
Chronicles, that's what I was going to say, Witch
and
Chronicles.
Then Jonah and the Stars, and then Nevin just did his first episodic.
No.
It was a true story about the Baumeister killings. He played the son of Eric Baumeister.
That's amazing.
Yep.
Was that for like True TV or Investigation Discovery?
It was True TV.
Okay.
So, yeah, he had 10 pages of dialogue. He loved it. Oh my goodness.
There was this case where Chaz Higgs, this guy named Chaz Higgs, like killed his wife, or who, like at the time. So I got to do that, something similar to that. I was a reenactment thing.
Yes, it was reenactment.
I played this guy Chaz Higgs who killed his wife because we had a similar look.
Oh my goodness.
But they kind of fuzz out the background so you don't like really see my face close up or anything.
Right. But yeah, Nevin is just amazing. And then we would like to travel around the world. That is like our ultimate goal.
I want to world travel a bit, but I want to have the money in my bank account first. So I know.
Yes. Oh, you need the money. You need revenue.
I'm kind of the opposite of my dad. My dad's an adventurer. Like when he was producing. Okay, so my dad covered the Michael Jackson trial in 2005.
Right.
Because it was 5 minutes away from where they live, and my dad knows like a lot of Santa Maria people in government and lawyers and judges. My dad studied law for 3 years, so he's now an investigative journalist. For his show On Second Thought. So he was sitting on the trial, and he was watching the trial go down. He made friends with Tom Mesereau. He met some of the Jacksons. The Jacksons were thankful from how my dad covered the trial. My dad was predicting Michael's innocence before the trial ended because he could see the scam that the prosecution was trying to run on them. And it's interesting. Since then, Thomas Schneiden, the prosecuting attorney, has passed away from cancer. Unfortunately, Michael's also passed away.
I know.
I know there's some people out there, they still think he's alive, but I'm pretty darn sure he's moved on.
It's so sad.
But it's amazing too because Michael left a great legacy, and then my dad had all these Michael Jackson fans, especially the European ones. They started friending him all over Facebook, and now my dad's got this whole Facebook following. He traveled to Europe to meet these people, and he did it on a shoestring budget. Like, he had virtually no cash at the time. And these people would just say, "Oh, stay at my home. Oh, stay at my home." He had women offering, "Hey, do you want to move over here and live with me?" Like, he was getting amazing.
Are you serious?
He had this amazing time going through Europe. And my dad, he can speak some German.
Jawohl, das ist gut.
He's just very easy to get along with, very friendly, talkative guy, which is, I think, why his TV show works so well for him. But that's the opposite of me. Like, I want to have an itinerary. Okay, now we're going here. Now we're going there. Like, I don't want to feel lost or anything.
Right. Well, that's true. You do need to budget and have the revenue to travel, but we'd love to do that.
That's awesome. I think I'll just be honest, I'm a little fearful of it because I had a traumatic experience right out of college. I was teaching English overseas in South Korea, like I said. And then my friend James left early. I was by myself, and I had a girlfriend, and I'm like, you know what? I want to go check out Japan. People say, "Oh, try Japan. It's amazing." So I didn't really have any reason to stay in Korea. So I jumped ship, and I went straight to Japan. I was supposed to come back to the U.S. and like get my visa organized and then go back to Japan.
Right.
But the Japanese headmaster said, "Oh, don't worry. Come over here. We'll pull the strings. We'll make it so you can teach here. No problem." And so I jumped from Korea to Japan, and I missed out on a completion bonus. I had like 2 more months to do to finish my year in Korea. I would have got $1,000 bonus. So that was a huge learning lesson, not getting that bonus. So I jumped to Japan with the little cash that I had, and they're like, "Oh, you are now in Japan. You must do what we say, or we will kick you out." I'm like, "Oh my God!" So I thought they were going to give me my own place. Instead, I had to sleep on the floor of another teacher's apartment. And like, "You on probation? You have 2 months probation, and then we move you to a different school 8 hours away." And I'm like, "Oh my God!" And I fell in love with this girl that I was working with at the school.
Right.
Like, "No, you cannot love her because we are moving you 8 hours away and you cannot date her. But she was the only support that I had.
Oh,
and so I would crash.
So sad.
Yeah, her name was Michiko.
Michiko,
yeah.
So you guys had relations?
Yeah.
Like all the way relations?
Oh, all the way. It was amazing.
So you had sex?
We had sex. We had great interracial Japanese American sex.
Wow. How long ago was that?
And it was amazing. Everything felt amazing. And she would make me breakfast in the morning. She'd make me rice and curry. She'd wake up and go to school because I got fired. The school fired me, just kicked me out on the street.
Are you serious?
I had 5 bags of luggage. I had to move out of this apartment, and it was raining, and I didn't speak the language. This was an amazing learning experience. I had to get a taxi cab in Japan, which cost me equivalent of $50.
There's no Uber or Lyft there?
Well, not at that time. We're talking 2001.
Okay.
2001, I had to take a taxi with all my luggage. I had so much luggage, I had to walk about 1 mile an hour because I was dragging 2 bags behind me. I had a guitar that I didn't want to lose. And there comes a point where you just got to be Buddhist about it, or whatever those monks are, where they ruin their paintings after they make them. You say, like, you know what? I'm just abandoning this. I started just dropping off stuff. I don't need this anymore. And I moved in with this girl, and then the school said, if he's living with you, you're fired too. So she's like, you have to leave my house. They're going to come here and check up on us. They don't want you living here.
So you had to leave. So you guys couldn't have sex anymore?
We couldn't hook up anymore. And I wanted to marry her. I loved her.
Are you
I bought her a ring, and I met her mother. And her mother didn't approve at all.
Wait, how long did you actually know her?
I only knew her for like a month and a half. And
you wanted to get married.
But you got to understand, we spent all our time together. She was the only person I had over there.
Did she speak English?
She spoke enough English we could communicate. She was the only friend I had. So we spent every day, all day, for like a month. So it's kind of like if you dated someone over 6 months, like one date a week or something like that, you know?
Right. So you dated for 30 days.
Pretty much. I moved in with her because I had nowhere else to go. But then the school's like pressuring her hard. So she's like, I'm sorry you can't live here. I'm like, all right, I care about you. I don't want you to lose your job. So then I moved into this closet apartment. You know my little walk-in closet, like right here?
Yes.
That's the apartment was half the size of my bedroom here.
Okay.
It was half the size of this bedroom. A mini kitchenette, bathroom with a shower.
So we're in your bedroom right now?
You're in my master bedroom here in LA.
Okay.
But this apartment, and it was $700 a week in Japan. And there was this other guy that was teaching there too, and he was new. You can laugh, it's fine. And this other guy was like, he quit. He found out that I quit. He's like, F these guys. I'm quitting too. Like, fuck this place. So he gave him the finger. And now the school has virtually half the teaching staff. So they're freaking out. He moved in with me to this closet apartment.
Are you...
And we have no way to get a job.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be laughing because this is a very sad moment, but just...
We have we're about to live on the street. And so $700 a week.
Good.
And I'm going to run out of all my cash in 2 weeks. So I have to book a flight home. I booked a flight home. I came home with $0. I spent all my money to get home.
So that was a bad experience?
It was it was a learning experience. I don't want to call it a mistake anymore, but it was a great, I should have stayed in Korea. I got my bonus for teaching English over there.
Right.
But I got to see some of Japan, had an amazing girlfriend, got to explore some Japanese beaches. I made his friend over this guy named Michael Murray, who was like a computer programmer or something, interesting guy. I went to the beach, got to explore, had an amazing girlfriend. Mm-hmm. It was interesting. Just a tough time.
Right.
You know what movie helped me through all that time?
What movie?
Fight Club.
Fight Club.
I picked up a copy of Fight Club on VHS in Korea, and I watched it over 30 times. And I've now seen it in 3 different languages over 30 times.
And it's helped you?
Yeah, it taught me Korean because I'd read the subtitles. There's like these bootleg movies where like they have the subtitles on it. And it's just I became Tyler Durden. Like I was like, I can do this, whatever. I am my own one-man army or whatever,
That's awesome. So do you get inspired by movies?
That one helped me out a lot at the time because I didn't have anyone. Like I didn't hardly have any friends. It's hard to make friends. You don't speak the language. Mm-hmm. I made friends with this guy named Kim Daechul, really nice guy. He was on this professional skate team. And on my days off from working at the school in Korea, I would take a subway all the way to this place called Olympic Park, and they had skate ramps. And my girlfriend back in America, whom I'm not with anymore, she had sent me a skateboard in the mail as a birthday gift. So I had a skateboard.
That's nice.
Yes, I would skate around the subways. So
you had transportation.
Yep. I would skate
and you'd
around.
have to use gas.
I took the bus and a taxi and skateboard. But it was an amazing, amazing experience living over there and doing all that, Just so interesting. Nothing quite like it.
And see, I agree with you. What we go through in life it's experience. Everything you go through is experience, knowledge. I call life chapters. Like we enter different chapters and phases.
Yeah.
In our life. Right.
Well, what now this is one where I think we're going to be entertainers through this podcast.
Exactly. And I'm loving it.
I'm loving it too. I've got, if you look around my room here, I've got my walls padded for music. I've got a keyboard. I've got my guitar. I've got the chord charts. I've been taking piano lessons on YouTube.
Have you really?
There's this really great teacher. His name's Dwayne Shin. He's a nice old man from Oregon. And he's just nice, like Christian guy. Like he's very genuine, gives you free lessons. Right. Or you can subscribe for like more advanced. I've been taking lessons on piano. My piano's getting better. I've been going to open mics at the Sam Ash music store. And there's this guy, Rick the Mayor, over there who runs the open mic. Nicest guy you'll ever meet. And he gives professional musicians like help and advice on their stuff. That's great. I'm going to open mics. So I don't know what I want to do right now in this time of my life. If it's going to be music or what. It's all this together. Just do what you love, right? Like Jared Leto. He's an actor. And he's got 30 Seconds to Mars, his band. Yeah. Juliette Lewis, whom I met. She gave me I love Juliette Lewis. She gave me a hug. On New Year's Eve. She came in. Beautiful. Yeah, she's sweet. I love her. And we talked at the El Rey briefly as she was coming in to get on stage. She had to come in through the front door. Oh my God, it was so funny. Dave Navarro and like a couple other guys from the band went out after the sound check to get some food or something, or I don't know what they were doing on their break, but they came back and the bouncer for the El Rey didn't recognize him. And he's like, you guys need to have a ticket. You can't just walk in the door. You need to have a ticket. And he's like, no, it's a cool, man. We're your entertainment for the night. We're in the band. He's like, I gotta double check that real quick. And I walk over and I'm like, sir, no, trust me. These guys are definitely the band. Like this is and your. You did not recognize them. That was so funny. That is funny. And, it's funny because it just kind of brings into question: how do you know when you really are a celebrity? Because there's still people who be, I never heard of them. Exactly. There's still gonna be people like, I don't know who that is. Exactly. And there's those people that get all like starstruck and like struck. And they freak out. For me, I treat this has been me my whole life. I treat everyone equal. Whether you're a celebrity, you're not, you're a doctor, whatever. I treat everyone the same. Yeah, and it's weird because I don't get starstruck. I'm like, oh, you're a normal person like me. Right. Don't give me an ego because then I'm not going to want to treat you like a normal person. I'm going to want to treat you like you're an egotistical prick. But like, but they had this weird thing from when I was a background actor. You're not allowed to talk to the principal actors. Exactly. Because it messes up the flow, it slows things down, costs a lot of money. Right. Takes their mind off of their lines. Right. But I had that ingrained in me after a year of background acting. So when I'd meet a celebrity in public, I'm like, oh, I'm not going to talk to him. But then that's weird because you should just, you're in public, you should just go say hi. I think it goes on the energy level because I did do a film with Ed Harris, David Duchovny, William Fichtner, and Sean Patrick Flannery in 2013. Really? I would think that'd be really fun actors. It was just amazing. What movie was that? It was Phantom. And I played the blonde bimbo in the bar scene, the bachelorette party scene. You had some lines? It was a feature part. Congratulations. It was awesome, though. But I did work with all A-list actors. So, and Ed Harris was there. He was amazing. And, we talked, in between sets, in between takes. Because people don't realize, it takes like 12 hours to do 3 minutes on film. Oh, yeah. So it was a 12-hour shoot. Yeah. And it was the most amazing experience. William Fichtner, Sean Patrick Flannery, just amazing people. So in that situation, of course you have to be professional, deliver the goods, time is money. But there is a time that you can talk and mingle and, as long as you're not interrupting the films. You know what poster I have in my other room, right? By the computer. Do you not? It's Boondock Saints. Oh. Sean Patrick Flannery was in that. Okay. Yeah. Oh, he's amazing. Yeah. A great actor. Yeah, Boondock Saints is great. So, great actor. So that raises a fun question for the close of our show in the last 10 minutes here. Or we're down to like 5 minutes. We're almost done. Yep. Yeah. We're almost done. So who are some major actors that you would love to work with?
who I would love to work with. Yeah. I would love...
And if you need a minute, I'll go first, but you go first.
Yeah, I would love to work with Tom Hanks.
Cool.
I love Tom Hanks.
Big? You remember Big?
I do.
Yeah. I was a kid when that came out. Yeah. Big. The Zoltar machine.
Yeah, I love Big.
Your wish is granted.
Yes.
Your wish is granted, Pamela. You will work with Tom Hanks someday.
Yes.
Give me a double high five. Oh, and I got to tell you the story. We're double high fiving right now.
Yes. And also, but there's also another one. Oh my goodness. What's his name? In The Shining.
That one guy. Jack Nicholson?
Jack Nicholson.
Of course, yeah.
I love to work with him.
And he's gotten the most Academy Awards of any male actor.
He is just amazing.
And you know who's gotten the most as a female actor?
Who?
Oh my God, why am I blanking on her name right now?
Meryl Streep.
Meryl Streep,
Meryl
of course.
Streep,
yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
For some reason, the movie Death Becomes Her came to my mind because she was in that. And that's the first time I remember knowing who Meryl Streep was in Death Becomes Her.
Yes.
That was a fun movie to watch,
right.
too.
And I would love to work with Ed Harris again. He was just, I loved his energy.
Wow.
He's just...
Yeah, he does seem like a fun actor.
He's just low-key, mellow, awesome.
Now, there's a lot of up-and-coming actors that are now hitting the A-list, and I just learned about this the other day. I believe this is true. It was on Facebook, but it said Mark Ruffalo did 600 auditions before he got recognized or got his start or got his big break, whatever you want to call it. But my friend, I have some friends that are doing, like my friend David Magadoff is on an MTV show right now called The Broke Ass Game Show. Does like improv stand-up. We did improv training together.
Right.
And he's got a friend named Jeff, and Jeff was telling me, Jeff's booked a few commercials, a few small parts.
Yes.
And he's a wonderful guy. Jeff was saying, you guys realize the average actor goes on 50 to 60 auditions before they get a role. And that stands to reason. And that's if you're average.
That's if you're average,
right. If you're below average, you're going to be doing more, right?
Right.
And I thought about it. You know what? I must be average because I seem to do around 40 or 50 auditions. And if you think about it, if there's a really important part that they're casting for, they're probably going to call in about 50 people.
Yes.
And then out of that 50, they whittle it down to 10 and 5.
Right,
and,
right.
You know. So you really do need to go on 50 auditions.
You have to go on auditions, but also with auditions, I walk into them completely different now. I'm really hoping who's ever best for the film or movie or commercial gets the part.
Right.
However, I'm going to deliver my goods and kill it in the room.
That's awesome.
You know what I
mean? Remember my very first audition? I remember walking in. I was so green. And I had taken acting classes.
Right.
But that was back in Santa Maria at PCPA or Hancock College. And then I come down to L.A., and my very first audition, I finished, and I was so nervous. I was about to leave. I'm like, so you guys will call me if I get this, right? And he's like, yes, of course we will call you if you get this. And I think they knew right then and there. That was my very first audition ever.
That's hilarious.
Like the dumbest question you could ask.
Right.
Like, are you going to call me if I book the job? No, you're going to send you telepathic thoughts. We'll send you an email that'll go to your spam folder.
Yeah.
We'll send you a snail mail. You get a letter in the mail saying you booked the job.
Isn't that
Of course we're going to call
funny?
You if you get the job.
I know. So auditions, as an actor, you have to go on auditions. And I think being yourself is really paramount.
Yeah.
Being who you are and being sincere with whatever script you have.
For most roles, yeah. If you got to learn an accent, you're learning an accent.
Right.
Or being someone else.
Exactly. You can't change who you are. Just be who you are.
Yeah.
Walk in love. Do what you love.
Sure.
And that's all that matters.
I'm self-taping tonight. I get to self-tape for an audition that my acting coach, Will Wallace, is co-producing.
Oh, wow.
I'm not supposed to talk about it. I'm sure it's on IMDb as his credit project, but that's going to be exciting.
Don't talk about it if you can't.
Not going to talk about it. So we're down to our last minute or so here, but I think this has been a fun first episode.
This is great.
We have so much to talk about.
About life, your experiences out there, what's going on the planet, our lives, and just...
I'm really excited to see what's going to happen over this next week.
I am too.
We didn't even get into the whole SAG-AFTRA scandal.
We did not get into
and
that.
the pedophilia stuff that's going on right now, which is rough.
Oh gosh, that is so sad.
That was rough. That blew my mind. Because, so we'll just make this, we can make this the opening topic for our next show, but we'll talk about this woman, Amy Berg. She made a documentary called An Open Secret, and it's about pedophile rings or pedophilia in Hollywood. And you know who talks about this is Corey Feldman. He said he was around this, and he said this happens a lot, and it makes an actor wonder, what do I have to go through to get a job, and who do I have to deal with to get successful here? But we'll get into that more next week.
Yes, for sure.
Maybe we'll get Corey Feldman to come and be on the show.
That'd be great.
We'll see what we can do.
Yeah, let's do that.
So everyone, thank you for listening. That's been 1 hour on All That Matters.
Yes.
With Adam Wagner and
Pamela Wistrom.
We really appreciate you tuning in. We hope you can share the show. If you're interested in sponsoring the program, please reach out to us online. I'm on Twitter as Adam Wagner. That's ADAMWAGENER. Pamela, are you on Twitter?
I need to get on Twitter. You know what? I'm going to be honest with you guys out there. I opened an account, and I'm not computer savvy or...
You will get so many followers.
I need help with that, you guys.
Okay, so we're gonna help Pamela with her
my Twitter account,
online Twitter marketing. So yeah, people can follow us. I think we'll get our Facebook page going for All That Matters for our podcast.
Exactly,
and people can follow us there.
Yeah,
and send us questions if you enjoyed the show. Send us a question. It can be anything, anything at all. We don't care about us personally, about a topic, about the world, about life, your life. Yeah. Your experiences, our experiences. Walk in love, be who you are. Walk in love and be who you are. And that's all that matters. That's all that matters. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bye.